Creating important business relationships is very important if you guys are constantly moving forward. Now, in my business, I've been fortunate because most of my business is what's called affiliate marketing, and it's basically all online. It's not, you don't really have to create any new business relationships, but recently I've been really trying to push the envelope and push the level of my comfortability in business, and also I'm really shooting to get to that next level and start batting in bigger leagues. I'm trying to work with bigger companies. I'm trying to raise money for investment and what have you, and getting outside of my circle, meeting people that are outside of my typical way of working. It's a big part of what I'm trying to do now. And to create new business, and I'm going to go over in this video how I create new business relationships, and for you that might mean getting a personal mentor, or that might mean asking somebody that you look up to a question. For you that might mean getting a meeting with somebody who is a big investor in your industry, or closing a really big deal, creating an important business relationship for either the goal of a sale or business development, whatever that is. The most important thing, the most useful thing that I found in creating new business relationships has actually been one of the simplest. And that's just traveling and going to meet somebody in person. That's it. And to get the meeting, finding out when somebody important is speaking somewhere. For me, really, that's been about as complicated as it's been. Because people who are in important positions, whether that's Elon Musk, you're not going to get a meeting with Elon Musk unless you're really crazy. Probably not if you're watching this YouTube channel. But finding people that are speaking at different events, or hosting a Q&A session, or having an open forum at their company, or an investor meeting, or what have you. Find out when they are speaking somewhere, a meetup, Eventbrite, be on event schedules, be on different people's email lists. I do regular events. I go to places. And I let everybody know where I'm going to be. But for many of you, that's probably going to mean hopping on a plane and getting to that center of gravity where these people are. For instance, I'm in San Francisco right now. Sorry, so I'm there's breakfast. I'll show you around. So I'm in San Francisco right now. I'm staying at La Meridian. This is just my suite. So we are right near Market. We're right on Market. I don't know. San Francisco is a huge city. It's crazy. There's skyscrapers all around. But basically, that's one of the things I do to get out there and really see people. I'll hop on a plane on a day's notice just because I want to go meet somebody important. And this may sound crazy, but it works out sometimes and it doesn't work out sometimes. But the times that I always make sure that the meetings I'm interested in setting up will be life-changing if I can get them. Does that make sense? So maybe the amount of money I'd spend trying to get a meeting, let's say, in this case, it might be $500 or $1,000, but the potential payoff is many, many, many times that. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars in this particular case. So whatever you do, always make sure that if everything goes right, best case scenario, you're in a different life position. Worst case scenario, maybe you're out $250, you're at $500, you're at $1,000, and if you don't, so always kind of weigh the pros and cons in your head. and do do an assessment. I said, okay, I'm going to be at this place and try to speak to this person. The chance of me succeeding is, and getting a meeting and actually doing everything that I want, creating this business relationship with this person is, let's say 10%, okay? But the potential payoff is, let's say, $1 million. So basically, and the cost to go to San Francisco and book this hotel, and the great thing is I spend so much money on my credit cards that it's free to stay here. But let's just say the total cost of my trip, let's say $1,000. Okay, $1,000, 500 night a room, for my suite, and then $500 plane ticket. So $1,000 risk, and the potential payoff is $1 million times 10%, or let's be more conservative and say the chance that I will do $1 million deal with this particular business is 5%. So that's a potential payoff of $50,000 for a $1,000 bet. Now, if you don't have to be a gambler or a poker player to know those are better odds, and you always want to put things in your favor. And in my head beforehand, I knew I was going to a small event with a select group of people where I'd have roughly 10, 20, I'd have a very good chance of actually shaking the hand of the person I wanted to meet and giving them my spiel that, basically let's go for a my reasoning to go for a second meeting. So that's what you want to do. And robots will think like that, but most humans will be too scared to put a $1,000 bet for that payoff because they say, well, it's too small of a payoff, $50,000 for $1,000. But if you really think of it robotically, that's what you've got. That's, a robot would make that decision, completely emotionless. You want to make that decision. Of course, you could add in I add in my margin of error in these sorts of situations, but you want to think like that. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? And I always go for moonshots whenever I'm trying to do business. I don't always go for moonshots. That's a lie. But I do travel. I travel and I form new business relationships because I want to expand. I want to expand the scope of my life. I want to expand the scope of my business. I want to get up into the next level. And as you can tell, I'm going for $1 million. I'm going for very big situations here because I've already got, in my case, I'm fortunate to already have the basics taken care of. So if you guys are, this is a little different than my other stuff, right? I'm not going to internet tactics. But if this is the sort of stuff that interests you, kind of like the big deal making or whatever, the stuff I'm doing in the investment realm is interesting to you, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Also, thumbs up for new location. I'm not running, although I am headed to the gym, as you guys can see. So I go to the gym or work out a lot. And comment, let me know you're alive. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. And if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, or comment. And if you'd like to actually learn how it is I run my internet business and make piles of money like this, make sure you click the link below in the description or in the first comment, and I will show you. Peace.